Attempting to stand in the way of the progress of our university is a small minority of opponents who've resorted to personal attacks. Over the last several weeks, we've been called criminals, and our very presence has been made out to be a threat to the surrounding community. Attempting to stand in the way of the progress of our university is a small minority of opponents who've resorted to personal attacks. Over the last several weeks, we've been called criminals, and our very presence has been made out to be a threat to the surrounding community.
Welcome to the Panic Button, everyone. I'm Nina.
I'm Jessie.
Today we're going to be talking about and reacting to some videos of Representative Sarah Tim McBride, who's in a little bit of hot water lately once he was misgendered at a hearing.
As the representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
The hearing was ended, and instead of being the bigger person and just letting it go, he decided that he wanted to make a statement. Let's see how that went.
We will not take a lecture on decorum from a party that incited an insurrection. I appear to live rent-free in the minds of some of my Republican colleagues. I wish that they would spend even a fraction of the time that they spend thinking about me, thinking about how to lower the costs for American families.
I wish you would stop talking to children about sex stuff and transgenderism.
I don't care.
Oh, sorry.
I don't care if you're going to say that this is the same party that started an insurrection because you're the same party that promoted looting and smash and grabs and everything like that because of the whole George Floyd thing. And going on past that, during the California fires, people were going and looting people's homes. That's your party.
Or how about the Palestinian protests on campus?
That's your party, yelling at the Jews. That's your party. But you don't see us going, oh, if you spent a fraction of that time, then eggs wouldn't cost so much. Like, Jesus Christ.
You know, for a transgender person who's supposed to be blending in, you're doing a really good job of standing out.
I wish they would spend a fraction of the time that they spend thinking about me, figuring out how to make government actually work better, rather than making it work worse in order to prove that government can't work. They are obsessed with culture war issues. The Republican Party is obsessed.
Really? The Republican Party's obsessed with culture war issues? They want to go there, don't they? They want to go there.
Well,
okay.
When you're making them the main focus point, it's going to be a bipartisan issue. You're fighting for the gender ideology, and we're fighting against it. That's the only difference. I'd say it's just as big of a chip in both.
The Republicans weren't talking about reparations until the Democrats started talking about it. DEI, that was from Democrats. Gender ideology, Democrats. Let's see.
You're putting it out there, and we have to, it is just as big of a deal to us as it is to you. For you, it's your whole life. For us, it's something we think about often because it's your whole life, and you put it on display for all of us to see.
Yep.
And so you can't sit there and say, oh, you guys aren't letting us be, when you're forcing it down our throats. We're not disturbing you. We didn't make a big deal about the bathroom thing until there were literally so many occurrences in the bathroom that we had to do something. Mm-hmm. This is the problem.
Culture war issues like allowing transgenderism and gender ideology to be pushed down the throats of children in elementary, middle, and high school. Culture war issues like that. Or how about teachers all over the country talking about how they have a gay agenda and they're putting pride and trans flags in their classroom? How about the guy pretending to be a woman talking as if he's the arbiter of morality and truth? Who is making a big fuss of what? This is a guy pretending to be a woman, bitching about Republicans.
Because they said mister.
Because they said mister. But bitching about Republicans, making a big stink about culture war issues and what's the other way they say it? Identity issues?
Gender identity. Gender ideology. Woke ideology.
Yeah. The people who started the woke ideology were the Democrats. The people who started pushing men who think they're women into government, Democrats. Tits on the White House lawn, Dylan Mulvaney interviewing Biden, Admiral Levine.
Backwards.
What?
I think Biden was interviewing Dylan Mulvaney.
No,
But still.
no, Dylan Mulvaney was interviewing Biden.
Was that how it went?
Yes.
All I know is there was a bunch of people that day, and one of them
He
was.
had questions. He had a little pad in front of him, I remember. Oh, God bless you.
All I remember is him being like, I love that for you.
I love that for you. Who's been pushing the culture war issues? Democrats. Who's been fighting against it? Republicans. The amount of, it takes someone who's pretending to be a woman to gaslight everyone into thinking that it's the Republicans pushing this shit. It's not the Republicans. It's the prime example of culture war issues and identity war issues, I guess you could say.
It doesn't
It's this
matter,
person
though.
right here who is the prime example of the Democrats.
Yes.
This is the mascot of culture identity war issues. On the Democrat side, trying to gaslight everyone into thinking that the Republicans are pushing this? No. Republicans fight against it. Democrats are pushing this.
It's not even the pushing it. They're saying that that Republicans started this whole fiasco. They wanted it to be a problem. But it's not even, it doesn't matter who started it. The issue is that it's a problem now.
A big problem.
And you have, 70% of America, plus some, saying that women shouldn't have men in their sports. Men shouldn't be allowed in women's sports. Mm-hmm. So it's clearly the majority of Americans who disagree with what you're claiming. It's not a matter of party sometimes. Sometimes it's just a matter of what you're doing. Sometimes you're just wrong.
But heaven forbid this guy be wrong, right? Because what it takes to be a good individual, someone with integrity, it would take that kind of person to not step up on a stage, put his face out there, his man in woman face out there, talking about culture war issues and shitting on the Republicans. It takes someone like that to really prove a point to Americans. The Democrats are the party of this gender ideology, social culture war nonsense. He's trying to tell you it's not that it's the Republicans. But you also have to understand that this guy thinks he's a woman. Are you really going to take anything he has to say to heart? He thinks he's a woman, but he's not. He's a man. He's lying to you, and he's trying to make everyone else believe in his psychosis.
Yeah, it's not like he's sitting there and saying, I know that I have,
Gender dysphoria, and I am a biological man.
Exactly. If you're in the middle of the hearing or whatever, and you dislike the fact that he called you mister, you can be like, listen, I know I was born a man. If you really want to address it, you can be like, listen, I know I was born a man. I've put a lot of work into being viewed as a woman. I'd appreciate if you respected that. And that would be like...
And if you don't, that's your beliefs, and let's just get on with it.
But that can be the end of it there. And it's like, if he doesn't, you move on, but at least you peacefully and respectfully said your truth or whatever you feel, and you're not causing a big fuss or a big stink. You can respectfully show what you would appreciate out of another person and ask for respect instead of demanding some things that aren't even respectful. You're not respecting us by demanding things like this.
Yep.
There's a way gentler way to, my name is Jessica. I hate being called Jessica. When someone calls me Jessica, do I fucking lose my shit, or do I say, hey, I understand my name says Jessica. I'd like to go by Jess or Jessie. Thank you very much. That's it. It's not that big of a deal.
But if you were a Democrat,
I would walk
or
off
like
the
him,
stage. I'd be like, you called me Jessica? I'm going to kill myself.
and you would get in front of media and start talking about it. And
Anyone
shitting on
else can call me Jess.
shitting on the Republicans.
Yeah, no. And it's the same type of... It's the same type of situation for me. It's an identifier. If you feel like you identify differently, that's how you personally feel. If someone doesn't want to identify you that way, you can't control them.
Nope.
And if someone wants to call me Jessica, I can't stop them. I hate it, but I'm not going to be able to fucking bring it to a court of law and be like, my name is not Jessica, and everyone who calls me it should give me $1 because I've been misnamed, dead named. They're dead naming me.
The Republicans didn't say anything except for what the dude called you a dude. That is it. He said Mr. One word.
They started the insurrection.
Wait. Who made a press conference? Who called a press conference to discuss it? Not the Republicans. The people who fucking started the culture wars to begin with. The Democrats. This dude right here, he's evil. He's a bad individual.
He's an antagonist.
Yes. He's a gaslighter. He's a bullshitter. He's a liar. He's a piece of shit. He talks to kids about transgenderism, gender ideology, and talking about how transgenderism is amazing and that you're not identified sex at birth, but you are
Assigned
sex at birth. Lying to children when they're asking questions. This guy was voted in by a whole bunch of lunatics. And now I bet you any money he wants to run for president. And you know what? It wouldn't be ironic in the slightest. Because at this point, I think we all know that the most masculine men in the Democratic Party are trans women.
You think we're going to get a trans woman in office before we'll get a woman in office?
Absolutely not. Not a chance in hell. The amount of vile things that have come out of the transgenderism movement.
I think it'd just be funny. I think it'd be really funny if we put a man.
No one would let anyone near, there's no way.
I'm saying I could see the Democrats putting a man dressed as a woman in before they
Absolutely.
put an actual woman in office.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Without a doubt. In Republicans, I would love to see this guy debate J.D. Vance. That would be amazing. I would love that. Let's get someone with intelligence up against someone with an ideology and see how that fares. Wow, we've only got 42 seconds in, man. I could just bitch about this guy forever because he's fucking evil. Not good. He's a gaslighter. He's a fucking liar. He talks to kids about weird shit. And he wants women to feel comfortable around him while they have to pull their pants down.
He insists on it.
You know, that's not very kind of you to demand that women...
Respectful, thoughtful.
Yeah, it's none of that. I identify him as a piece of shit. You can call a press conference on me? You get to call a press conference every time someone misgenders you, correctly identifying what you are. By the way, he doesn't pass.
I don't think that you're understanding the terminology of passing versus predator. Does this person look like my glasses are off, right? With my glasses off, if this person wasn't speaking, if I'm just like walking by, it looks enough like a woman that you wouldn't say anything. It's not like clearly a man in a dress. That's where they're coming at the passing part.
So you have to be nearsighted in order for them to pass?
Yeah. Or just like
So
going...
anytime I'm around them, I just gotta walk around like this? Okay, you pass. Like that?
No, but...
You pass. No, you do.
No, but the point is, generally speaking, if you're not standing there and having a conversation,
Yeah.
you're probably not going to notice just in a passing crowd that like if there's a crowd of women, you're not going to point that one out and be like, that's the man. You know what I mean? Like there's 50 women. That's what they mean by passing. Because there are some people where it looks like there's a big old dude in a wig. You know what I mean? They're saying that this person has enough of a small frame and is like fucking dainty enough, essentially, to look enough like a woman.
But he's not a gay guy. Also, keep that in mind when you're allowing guys like this into your bathroom and your locker room. He's not gay. He was married to a trans man, a biological woman.
Her husband has a vagina and she has a penis.
He's dead. He died.
Her dead husband. If we're going with the PC terms here, that's what happened.
Yeah. Let's finish this out.
Is obsessed with culture war issues. It is weird and it is bizarre.
Weird and bizarre. Really? Have you looked in the mirror?
And those are also very opinionated terms. It's not something you can like just point at and say, that's weird.
You know who else said people were weird? Tim Walz. That's weird, really? The guy who was putting cheese on a raw patty and trying to cook a burger that way?
Wait, I thought all these Democrats didn't want to be normal anyways.
Yeah, isn't normal bad?
Isn't normal like, ugh, so boring?
Isn't that the pot calling the kettle black right there? This dude dressed up like a chick trying to make everyone say that he's a woman.
Have you seen any pictures?
Calling people weird.
Have you ever seen a picture of a Pride Parade? You want to say weird?
That's pedophilia.
You
Pride
fucking
parades
weird.
all over the
Fucking
place.
weird.
Man. Dicks
Weird.
near children's foreheads.
Weird.
But as long as they're not masturbating,
Weird.
the cops can't do anything about it.
Strange, weird, and twisted.
We're in the land of pedophilia.
Do you know what that is? Weird is not something you can quantify. Weird is not something you can look at and say, yes, this is weird. It's in a jar. Weird. So, like, it's a very subjective, it's an opinionated point.
Hold
to be
on, so
made.
he gets to be subjective, but nobody else can when it
Right.
comes to him?
Exactly.
How ironic.
And the American people deserve serious legislators, serious elected officials who are focused on bringing people together to deliver real results for the American people.
You want to bring everyone together by telling us that we're all so different and that we're bad people and that you're good people? That's totally bringing everyone together.
Meanwhile, gaslighting them.
You're trying to tell one party they're bad, but these people are so good. Come to us and then we can be together as one party.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Not as one people, as one party.
Well, what do you expect from someone who's been forcing people for the past however many years he's been transitioned to call him by something that he's not? Is that coming together? That sounds like forcing. That sounds like manipulation. It sounds like bullshit. And that's what this guy is.
Not to play games and not to engage in schoolyard taunts.
Don't you love how he's got the ladies behind him? Yay.
You're not representing a message of unity. You're falsely pretending to represent a message of unity, and you're doing,
Amongst other things.
and you're doing so while harming everyone around you and all the kids in your path. And so please just stop and go back to your sex dungeon, and we'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Before all the information about you comes out.
I'm sure there's a sex dungeon.
I
There's
know
always
there's
a
some
sex
shit
dun-
about this
There's
guy.
always a dungeon. There's always a basement, and there's always like 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
And there's always a hard drive tucked away somewhere. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. What are your opinions on this fella? Did he irk you out? Because as soon as I saw him, I got the, oh, I like you. And it had nothing to do with him being trans. It was his demeanor. It's his vibe. It's his aura. Women know this. The sixth sense. You don't even have to be around someone you're like, I don't like him. You ever had that feeling? That's the feeling I get when I see this guy. When I hear him, anything.
I don't trust him.
I don't trust him with a goddamn. This little press conference he had exposed him for the asshole that he's always been. He's just trying to pretend he's not. And unfortunately, he has a lot of little pellets around him, ladies, who are obviously not buying into his bullshit, but are saying, yay! Because that's what the message that they're trying to put forth is.
Shit pellets. Like, comment, subscribe.
Hone those sixth senses, ladies. Hone that sixth sense.
I feel like if they're here, they have the sixth sense.
Sixth sense.
And that's why they're listening to you. I can't say certain words. They're trying to show that women stand with him.
Yes, men are now women. Unity is now divided.
Unless you're all on the left.
Right? Yeah, everything with them is opposite. Anything you hear from their mouths, just reverse that, and that's truth.
Shit pellets.
I'm a woman. You're a man. I'm a lady clapping behind him. You're a shit pellet. I want unity.
Division.
Division. Like and subscribe. Again.